show. This is a really cool story because it highlights something that we're very talented in, Spike.
We like to take on, when we can help, crimes, mysteries. We have the power of you, the audience, helping us track things down, make some nice deductive reasoning. And some lady called who really needed our help.
And we're like the Hardy Boys, but we're not boys, we're men. And we helped this lady. We're trying to help her solve this crime about a bear that's missing. So enjoy it. We're very lucky. We have a guest who's going to join us in just a moment, and she needs our help. She needs your help. If you're listening right now, whatever you're doing, cancel it for the next few minutes because you need to be listening to the details of this new case. Spike and I and Laura, we solve crimes from time to time, and we've got another one to bring to you right now.
Jake and Spike in the moonlight haze, cigars and whiskey in a smoky maze. Clues on the wind, they catch the scent. Every shadow whispers where the time went. Snap those fingers as the rhythm flows. The duo's got secrets only they know. Footsteps echo on the midnight street. Jake and Spike with danger and mystery meet.
That's us.
They chase the trail in a tailored
People may not know this. If you're new to the show and you're just listening, or you should be watching us right now. We have a great interview. We're going to bring a lovely lady on with us in just a second. But Spike and I have legitimately solved a few cases. It started with the case of the missing mini donkeys, shortly to be a children's book. And then we branched out. We said, if we can solve this case of these missing mini donkeys.
Harder to say than it was to solve.
It was. We solved it in like 2 days.
It was great.
It was amazing.
Because the audience, they stepped up.
Well, when I say we, I mean the royal we. You, myself, Laura, the audience.
Hundreds
the
of
audience is
thousands
listening. Wisdom of the crowd.
Yep.
We also solved the case of the lost Liberty Bell.
Correct.
Which was another one.
Yep.
We had the world's preeminent expert on fake Liberty Bells on with us. And he told us all these details, and we ended up helping solve the case, which was another amazing thing.
Led to a listener spotting it and calling local authorities.
Yep, absolutely. We took on the case of the Cuffless Crusader, but we haven't solved that one yet.
that's the gentleman who dodged a bounty hunter.
Yeah, and he just ran away.
And
jumped on a light rail.
Right.
Ironically, the only person to ride light rail was him, and they still couldn't figure out who was on light rail. Spike, you came up with that name. That was a great name. No, Laura did. Cuffless Crusader, that was a great name. Also, the case of the Torch Trestle. We're still working on that one as well.
Working on that one, too. Sure, down in the shadows of Mount Rainier.
And now, the case of the burgled bear. Mary Lee, who lives in Mount Vernon, joins us now. Mary Lee, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on with us.
Well, thank you very much for calling.
Mary Lee, tell us about what happened and what you're missing and how we can help you find it. What's missing?
Okay, what is missing is my Christmas present from 1991. It's a hand-carved bear that stands approximately 4 feet high and weighs approximately 75 pounds. This bear, my husband and I lived in Kirkland at the time, and he had his own wheelhouse tree service in the Redmond-Kirkland area. And he had cut a tree down and took the log to a carver out in Falls City, and had this bear carved by this man. I can't remember his name. And that became my Christmas present for 1991. And it was our first Christmas together.
Oh, that's very sweet. We have a picture right now. If anybody's watching live on our camera stream, you can see the missing burgled bear on your... Is this a picture of your porch, I assume? The bear, he's got a little green bow tie on?
He's got a green bow tie because I would dress him for different occasions during the year. And he wore his Seahawk shirt during Seahawk season.
Oh, I love it.
And he had
there it is. There's the Seahawks. He's a very festive bear.
Yeah. So consequently, quite a sentimental attachment. My husband passed away in 2018, so this is one of the things that he gave me that is very special to me. And like I say, he's been sitting on my front porch since 1991.
Oh, my goodness. So your husband, you said your husband passed away in 2018, so you've continued the tradition, though, of dressing the bear, I imagine?
Oh, yes, very definitely.
And when did this bear go missing, Mary Lee?
Monday night.
Monday night. Do you have any...
He was on my front porch Monday afternoon when I walked out to get my mail. And Tuesday afternoon when I walked, just yesterday, I walked out to get my mail, and I started back towards the house. I looked up on my front porch, and I thought to myself, something's missing, something's different. And I walked over, and I thought, my bear, he's gone.
No. Mary Lee, I assume that you don't have camera footage hooked. Like a lot of people have those Ring door cams. You don't have one of those?
Naturally, and I've called all my neighbors, and none of them have cameras either.
Oh.
And your hindsight is 20/20. And yes, we should have had cameras. Yes, I should have bolted him to the wall.
No.
You shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't have to.
Yeah,
I agree with Spike.
Don't blame yourself. Don't even. That's somebody. It's just hopefully it's a prankster.
I hope so too.
A young ne'er-do-well.
Really do. And like I say, I drove around the neighborhood this morning, and I thought to myself, here's all these people out here with all this stuff on their lawns. What made my bear stand out that they would come up onto my porch?
Well, I can
they had to come
take
right
a guess,
up to my
Mary
front
Lee.
door to get him, and they had to have transportation to take him away.
Yeah.
75
and they had
pounds.
to probably have two men to carry him because, like I say, he's 75, 80 pounds, right around 75 pounds.
Unfortunately, I think the thing that made him unique and special is probably what drew the attention to him. I mean, you were dressing him up, and somebody saw that and went,
yeah,
"Oh, that's
you're
a
right.
great-looking bear. That's a handsome bear."
And I did have lights on him, but
Well, there you go.
So anyway, first thing I did is I called the neighbors, of course, and nobody had cameras and nobody had seen anything out of the ordinary.
Did you call the
And then
police,
I thought,
Mary Lou?
I
Mary
want
Lee?
to call the police department.
Yeah.
So I did.
What was their response when you called them?
Well, they came right out. They felt real bad about it. And, of course, Mount Vernon Police Department, I can't speak highly enough of them because I think they're all great people. I used to be a COPP member myself, so I am acquainted with the police department. And they were right out here. We got pictures, and they took the story and put it on their website immediately.
Is that where we saw it, Laura? Because you found the story.
Yeah, that's where I found it. And I saw this picture of the little green bow tie and your story. And oh, my gosh.
We want to help you find this bear. So if anybody's watching right now, we want everybody to just take a second, watch us live for a minute, or download or watch us after the fact. Because I want you to see this. He's an adorable little bear. I think whoever carved this thing got it just right. He looks like a cub. He's like a bear cub. Is that right?
I collected teddy bears at the time, and he was supposed to be patterned after a teddy bear.
Oh, my goodness.
Those big lovable ears.
What was your Mary Lee? Can you tell us a little bit about your husband? Why did he get you this bear? Was it just have you been obsessed with bears forever?
I collected teddy bears at the time, and my husband was a tree faller there in the Redmond, Kirkland, Bellevue area. We had our own tree service. And he had done that for about 20 years prior to this, or 15 years or so. And when he found out that I had this interest in bears, that's when he got the idea of when he cut down a log that was good for carving, he would take it to this tree faller out at Falls City, and that did carvings. And so that's who Roger took it to at the time, and had this bear carved for me for Christmas.
Can you tell us do you remember, I know it's been a while since 91, but do you remember, and you said this is the first Christmas you two spent together?
Yes. We both had been married before, and so this was a second marriage for both of us, and we had been married in 91.
Do you remember him giving this to you? Did he do it in any special way, or did you wake up with a bear in your bed or something?
No, not that, but he had unbeknownst to me in the morning, he had gotten it out of the back of his pickup and set him on the front porch.
Oh, where he lived for the rest of his time until somebody snapped him off your front porch, I assume.
That's right. Like I say, he's been watching over the neighborhood since we moved back to Mount Vernon in 1996, and we've been in this same house since 96. In 91, we were still in Kirkland.
So give us an estimate for anybody out there looking. About how tall is this bear? I mean, imagine if you see any little.
He's about 4 feet tall.
Okay, 4 feet tall, 75 pounds. You estimate?
About 75 pounds.
He's real dark. He's got like a dark lacquer on him. Looks like a black bear.
Lacquer with a dark brown nose. What was he wearing when last seen?
Last seen, he had a red, white, and blue baseball cap on. Because I'd put that on him for Memorial Day, and he had like a floral lei, a blue and white floral lei around his neck.
Oh my gosh, Mary Lee, you're breaking my heart. This is the sweetest story. This is so sweet. What was your husband's name?
Roger Wheelhouse.
Roger Wheelhouse. Roger wants you to have this bear back. We've got to help you find this bear.
Oh, I'm sure he does. He'd be sick if he was here to know about it.
Does the bear have a name? Did you name him?
Well, not really. I always just referred to him as Teddy Bear, being I collected teddy bears.
Teddy works.
Yeah.
Teddy works.
It's a good name, Teddy. All right, well, Mary Lee, we're going to try to help you find this bear. We're going to reach out to everybody in our audience, and a lot of people are now watching, so they know what he looks like. And, there he is in the Seahawks jersey. Adorable. I imagine there was some Halloween outfits as well that you put him in?
Oh, yes. I can't find any pictures of that, but he's been Superman at one time, and he was a cowboy at one time. It was just whatever I had on hand that I could dress him up in.
What would this mean to you to get this back? Do you expect to get him back?
Well, I would like to think that he will. I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed that maybe, with high school graduation going on this week, maybe it was a high school prank, and somebody will say, okay, fine, joke's over, let's take him home.
Yeah. And you know what? I bet you, the Mount Vernon police sound like great people. I imagine that they would be totally cool if somebody wants to just come and drop this off and say, hey, it was a prank, or you don't even have to say anything.
And there's no cameras.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah, and like I say, no questions asked. I just would like to see the bear come home.
Here's what I'm going to send a message out to whoever stole the thing right now. If they're listening, or if somebody you knows somebody who recently acquired a tiny, adorable bear dressed in a Memorial Day hat.
Your kid's got a new bear in his room.
Here's what I would say to do.
Well, the thing of it is, it can't be in their front yard because I think there's been enough exposure here in Skagit Valley that most people would recognize it. So it's got to be either in the house, in the garage, or their backyard.
Somebody should take it back to Mount Vernon Police and just say, hey, I found this. Even if you're the one who stole it, just say, I found this on the side of the road, yada, 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 whatever. Keep it in one piece. Don't destroy evidence. Go take it back to the police. I think you're at the point probably where you're not going to press any charges, Mary Lee. You just want to get this bear back.
No. I just want to see him home safe and sound.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, well, we're going to do everything we can, and if we get any tips, we're going to follow up on those tips. Like I said, Spike and I, we solve a lot of cases.
We do our best.
Mary Lee, we really do. Hopefully we can get this one solved for you.
You don't know how much that would appreciate. I would appreciate it, and it would mean to me.
Well, Mary Lee, we appreciate you, and we are hoping. I feel an emotional connection to this bear.
Don't lose faith.
Yeah. Keep the faith. There's a lot of people out there who wish you well and want you to have this thing back. So keep your head up, and I know you will because you sound like that type of person. But we're gonna be back in touch soon. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, and you guys have a good afternoon. And thank you again.
Absolutely.
Very, very welcome.
Thank you, Mary Lee. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. What a sweetheart.
I wish I could carve. I almost wish I could just make her a new one.
We should do. We have that wood carver guy.
We got a friend
of the show.
Yeah,
but he carves wooden bears, and it's not the same thing. But maybe we can make like a little bear friend
as a last resort. As a last resort. Yeah,
as a momentous thing. Laura, can we get in touch with our bear carver friend?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a brilliant idea. And can I also say, when you guys solved the case of the missing mini donkeys,
yes,
the way that they were found is that a woman had unwittingly purchased them and had seen the news. And so if a small, adorable carved bear has turned up at your house in the last few days, and
it went missing Monday night, right?
Yeah.
Monday night. So just in the last 48 hours.
And you thought, wow, this is
a
wonderful gift. I hope you compare the photos. And
I'd say anybody who has a new tiny bear that's a little black bear, especially if it's dressed like Superman, that's probably the one.
I think it's kids. I really do.
I think she's right on the money with the high school kids and the pranks.
Yeah.
Graduation season. Yeah,
100%.
That makes so much sense as a theory.
I can't imagine that it would be like a delivery person. That's the only other people who would walk up to somebody's front porch. But why would they steal a little bear? That doesn't make any sense. But here's what we're going to do. You let us know. You can get in touch with us through our social media accounts, and you can also keep an eye out for these things. And if you do know anything, call the Mount Vernon Police Station and get this lady her bear back. What a sweet story this would be to get her gift from her husband,
her late husband.
So sweet. And in the meantime, we're going to reach out to our carver friend and see about getting her a replacement, just in case.
Yeah,
I think she's going to get it back. I'm holding out high hopes, but as a last resort, that would be kind of a nice punctuation on the story. Where there's still a connection to.
It worked on my kids when they were little with the goldfish.
Oh,
you always take the deceased fish into the pet shop and
your goldfish change color
side by side.
Goldfish do that all the time. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that amazing? Goldfish just change color all the time.
Circle of life, honey.
All right, we will have more when we come back. Thank you so much to Mary Lee for joining us, and we will be right back here on the Jake and Spike Show.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-897-4400. That's 800-897-4400.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets the Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
All teed up.
It all comes down to this.
The final game of the regular season.
One game to decide who wins the NFC West division.
And the number one seed in the NFL playoffs.
Meaning, if the Seahawks win, the road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
You can't do that unless you win the next one.
Seahawks 49ers. Tomorrow, kickoff at 5. Pregame at 2.
This should be fun.
On KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
When extreme weather hits Western Washington,
a flash flood warning after a critical levee breaks along.
KIRO Newsradio is the first place you turn.
We have team coverage this morning.
Live in Auburn, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Which communities are hit hardest?
Skagit River again going to flood to major levels.
What it means for your commute.
Northbound 167 underwater.
MyNorthwest.com and KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. And the KIRO Newsradio app.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident Book Series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
All teed up.
It all comes down to this.
The final game of the regular season.
One game to decide who wins the NFC West division.
And the number one seed in the NFL playoffs.
Meaning, if the Seahawks win, the road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
You can't do that unless you win the next one.
Seahawks 49ers. Tomorrow, kickoff at 5. Pregame at 2.
This should be fun.
On KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Start the new year taking active liver supplements from New Nordic. Online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com or at CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. President Trump today is threatening to use the military against Iran as protests there continue. CBS's Linda Kenyon has more.
President Trump warned if Iran kills peaceful protesters, the United States will, quote, come to their rescue. Iran's supreme leader posted, quote, any interfering hand that touches Iran's security with flimsy pretexts before it can reach its target will face a reaction that breeds regret. The president also posted, quote, we are locked and loaded and ready to go. While the secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council said any U.S. intervention would lead to what he called chaos in the entire region and the destruction of U.S. interests. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Boeing gets a new contract to build jets for the Israeli military. KIRO News Radio's Heather Bosch has more on that.
The Pentagon awarded Boeing an $8.6 billion contract to build 25 F-15IA fighter jets and an option for 25 more for the Israeli Air Force. Since the start of the Gaza war, Boeing's ties to the Israeli government have sparked periodic protests at the University of Washington, with students demanding unsuccessfully that the UW cut ties with the aerospace giant. The Seattle Times points out Boeing has provided aircraft for the Israeli military since 1948. Heather Bosch, KIRO News Radio.
Now to the closing bell report. If you're in the market for some new tech gadgets this year, get ready to pay more for things like TVs, video game consoles, and smartphones. More from CBS's Jason Brooks.
The Financial Times reports that consumer electronics prices could jump on average by as much as 20% this year due to a shortage of memory chips and semiconductors resulting from insatiable AI demand, which relies on high bandwidth memory chips. Dell recently warned PC customers it would raise prices significantly because of rising memory chip costs, and memory chip maker Micron said it's prioritizing AI customers over consumer demand, and PC makers including Lenovo and Xiaomi have said that ongoing chip shortages will drive up production costs.
Today on Wall Street, the Dow gained 319, S&P up 13, NASDAQ down a fraction. It lost 6 points. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk at 1:32. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron. We've got a couple traffic alerts in Snohomish County this afternoon. Let's start with our ongoing one on State Route 9 there in Clearview. We're closed in both directions at 172nd Street near Safeway. This involves a cement truck. No estimated time to reopen. I've been looking at the camera. That truck hasn't even moved, so I'm not real sure of any guesstimate of when this might reopen. And then in South Everett, over near Silver Lake, our collision on southbound 527 has sadly turned into a double fatality investigation. This is near Costco, and right now 527 is closed in both directions between 100th and 102nd Street. Again, no estimated time to reopen here. We did clear our collision north 5 at the 405 interchange in Linwood, so those backups on 405 and I-5 are starting to clear out. We do have a new collision, though, in South Center. It's north 405 at the West Valley Highway, blocking 2 right lanes, also part of the on-ramp. You're backed up to I-5, South Center to Bellevue's at 20 minutes. But once you get through this, you're clear all the way into Alderwood. South 5 at JBLM are beginning to thicken up, approaching the main gate. And checking out our passes, Snoqualmie, Blewett, and White passes are all looking good with no restrictions. Stevens Pass has traction tires advised and oversized vehicles prohibited. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We have cloudy skies today, some light rain at times, highs in the upper 40s. Rain likely tomorrow as well. Right now, 46 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back. There was this interesting article. Laura, did you find this? Was this something that you found?
Spike found this,
Spike
actually.
found this.
Saw this headline and it rang my bells.
Yeah.
Not that I don't need this.
No,
I'm
it's not going to apply to you. But if you were in the dating phase, this might apply to you.
True.
And so anybody out there listening who's thinking about searching for a significant other, there's a whole host of problems with finding significant others these days when you're in the dating stage.
Yeah.
Because of access to information. Like we didn't have really, my wife and I have been together now for 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
We did not have, we obviously had the internet, we had Facebook and stuff like that, but you had to kind of go out of your way to get a lot of information about somebody ahead of time.
You know what the network you searched was? Their friends.
Yeah.
You're
right.
To their buddies.
I didn't even do that. I saw my wife, I found her attractive, and I was like, yeah. Yes, let's move forward and see where this
goes.
More
primeval method.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? It worked out. 4 kids, 14 years of marriage, 16 years later.
Yeah.
Laura, what do you think about this? People cyber stalking dates before they ever even have a chance to meet with a person in real life.
This is the whole thing, right? Like you can run people through databases to do background checks. You can stalk their social media, figure out what their political leanings are, or how much they post, or maybe if they already have a girlfriend.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah. The real fun one is looking up their apartment or house on Zillow.
To find out how much they pay for rent or mortgage. And that gives you some idea into how much money they make.
Yep.
Is that the reason people are doing it?
Or where you might live if things go well.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
There's a variety of reasons people are doing it. Safety, making sure that you'll get along and like not wasting your time. But if you want to hear my philosophy on it, because I've done my share of cyber stalking dates, but never before I meet them. Because at this point, I do most of my dating online, like app-based stuff. And the first date with someone off of an app isn't even really a date. You're just confirming that they look like their pictures, that they can hold a conversation.
Jeez,
I'm having like normal safety precautions in place. I'm meeting them in a public place. I'm finding my own way there and my own way home. I'm not drinking, like all the things that you would do. If I did run them through a criminal background check and they came up, I'd probably still be good because people know where I am and I'm only going to be there for an hour and a half and I'm not going to a second location.
Have you ever?
After that, then it's fair game.
Have you ever? So you've never not had a first date with somebody based on what you found out about them before first date was scheduled?
No.
Which is smart.
Is that crazy?
No. I think that's really smart because if you're finding out information, if you're looking so deeply into somebody that you're like prejudging them on all these different things, people change all the time. Maybe somebody's profile on their social media account, which they haven't updated or something, or whatever, also could misrepresent them in a way that you might find, like maybe on paper it doesn't look exactly like you want, but in person you go, oh, this person's actually delightful. And you're going to miss out on that if you're just putting all of your stock in the stupid internet.
Well, it was the title of this article that struck me, and it says this is the exact amount of cyber stalking you should do before a first date.
So they're encouraging you to do it.
Yeah, they say it's not zero, just don't make it weird.
Yeah, but
some information they say is good, but learning too much about somebody, to your point, Jake, learning too much about somebody is a disservice to you. Because you don't give them a chance to show who they are. I mean, it's like Laura said, too. It's important to find out once you've met somebody to do a little checking in on them. Zero's not the right amount, it says, but don't make it weird. Don't go and learn. And so I see your mom died of...
Yeah, no, I don't...
You've got an uncle who spent a few weeks in the softball hotel. Want to tell me about that? Is that running the family? Is that a family?
Wouldn't that be strange? I do anecdotally, though, I feel like I have heard stories about people showing up to dates almost with like a resume of their potential partner.
Oh, you got a whole
going like, hey, here's stuff that I know about you, so let's talk about it. Almost like that's an interrogation. That's not a date.
You can't let them know that you're doing this.
Yeah, but how could you get away from it?
Just do it and don't tell anyone.
How could you get away? How could you get away from it? Because you're just going to show up and play dumb?
Oscar-winning performance. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that was the neighborhood you lived in.
But you already know.
Where'd you go to high school? How many siblings do you have? All things you might already know the answers to.
Do you generally know these things before you go on a date? No.
Well, let me ask you something. Say you know that this person went to this high school, has this many siblings, and they lie. And they come out and I'm an only child, or blah blah. They brag about I went to a private school that they didn't go to.
I'll never see them again.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, you would only confirm once you've confirmed the information. So are you writing down the information, then you're verifying it in some way?
The inside of my hand.
Are you doing some sort of a cross-reference? Do you think this is going to encourage more relationships to happen? Because we just did a story yesterday about how Seattle is one of the most childless, good word.
Babyless.
It's one of the most babyless major cities. It's the most babyless major city in the country. Yeah. 26 children per every 1,000 adults. It's like the kid catcher permanently lives here and just doesn't want any kids in Seattle. So we need any thriving, growing city is going to need kids at a certain point to continue the generations. So is this going to encourage relationships? Like all this information, access to all this information, is it going to be good for you or bad for you?
Well, it's what it is. It's a different world. Laura's trying to find a partner in a different world than Jake did or than I did. I think we all were in different eras of how to meet people. Of when you discover things about your potential mate or even a potential date.
Yeah, you guys were dating with some context for people. I think that's what's really weird about online dating is you don't have a network of friends. Like, oh, well, they've known this person for however many years. They can't be crazy.
Nobody that you know personally is vouching for them.
Exactly. Yeah.
And until you spend a little time with them and meet their friends or some of their coworkers and see how they move in a group, then you're like, oh, okay, I kind of understand who you are and what kind of people hang out with you, and but you have to go into it not knowing any of that, which is a little bit it's a little weird, right?
That is weird. Yeah,
I can't imagine trying to find somebody in this era.
It's much tougher for girls. There's not really the same risk for guys. Like a guy's worst
fear is that the girl's going to be fatter than he thought.
Yeah,
a woman's worst fear.
A worst fear is he's going to have less hair.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Or she gets murdered. Yeah.
I mean, per a recent local case.
It's probably an even fear. Either murder or the guy's going to show up with less hair than he has in his picture.
Those are the same level of
or
horror. Shorter.
Oh.
Question for you. Quick side note.
Okay.
Somebody lies on their profile that you're meeting up with for the first time. And you have to choose one of these two things that they're going to lie about.
Okay.
The other one is they either are fatter than they say, like they have a big pot belly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or they have less hair. Which ones would you rather they lie about? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Would you rather, if you're going to meet somebody for the first time and they're obviously they've doctored their picture in some way, would you rather they have a a fatter pot belly or less hair?
Honestly, I'm like okay with either. Those neither of those are like the worst offense ever.
What's the worst offense?
But I'd probably go shorter, like significantly shorter than they said or appeared in their photos.
So if they're tall and
or
fat
completely
and hairless.
bald, guys will hatfish you. Like they'll wear a hat in every single photo, and then you meet up and they're completely bald.
Well,
I don't mind. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, no, then you know.
That's a jump scare. I'm not going to be able to find you at the brewery.
Hatfish is a funny term. It's a very funny term. All right, tell us your bad dating red flag stories. We'd love to hear them. All right, we'll be right back.
What does VA mean to me?
A place for my daughter to call home, thanks to the VA Home Loan.
A new lease on life. The best healthcare team I've ever had is here at VA.
And education, and the opportunity to open doors I never thought possible with my GI Bill.
The financial support I need to manage the disabilities I developed because of my service.
Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
30 years ago, Davis Law Group was founded to be the best law firm for our clients and our community. Our core values are to win, help, and serve. It means our success is defined by the difference we make in our clients' lives and the impact we can have in our community, not by giant settlement checks or shiny offices. Our mission to lift up the vulnerable extends beyond the courtroom to our charity partners, promoting safety, uplifting students, accident victims, foster youth, and the elderly. If you've been injured and want better results for your claim and for all of Washington, call Davis Law Group today.
More than 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide a lifeline to breast and gynecologic cancer patients, and you can help us make a difference. Join us for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration on January 31st at Mary Hill Winery in Woodinville's Wine Country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation, so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales event going on right now through January 25th. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-554-4706. 800-554-4706. That's 800-554-4706.
Did you know that 25% of your home's heat loss is through your attic? Hot air rises, and if your attic isn't properly insulated, the hot air is going to rise right through your ceiling, into your attic, and out your roof that's far past its half-life. That sounds cold and expensive. Hey, this is Jake Skorheim. If this sounds like your house, it's time to call Valentine. And right now, Valentine has a great winter special. Bundle attic insulation with any new roof, and you'll save an additional 10% off your entire project. Plus, with Valentine's financing options, they make it easy. No matter what your home needs, insulation, gutters, siding, or a new roof, you are guaranteed the Valentine experience. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service, even in winter weather. My home is protected by Valentine. They keep me off the roof, which my wife and kids are extremely grateful for. I trust them to help you too. To lock in your winter bundle savings, call 206 Roofing today. Again, that's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine vans, you know your home is in good hands. 206 Roofing.
It's Subaru season, and now is the time to upgrade. During the Share the Love event, Subaru will donate $350 to charity for every new vehicle purchased. Visit SubaruPuyallup.com.
The Closing Bell is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management. Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. The Mariners are playing the Tigers right now. We don't like to send people over there generally. When there's a game happening during our show, we try not to mention it, but these are special times.
These are special times, special circumstances. So we're doing extremely special things.
Special things. Yeah, very special. Special the right word?
Yeah, actually.
So yesterday on the show, Spike was a vital part of the Mariners' fantastic win over the Tigers.
Thank you.
In that he decided to jump onto we found some fans who actually went viral. They posted a video of themselves eating dirt after the first loss.
Right.
And then the second game, the Mariners won. And so we thought, hey, you know what we should do? Spike should eat dirt.
We should eat dirt. I want to, it worked.
And it worked.
Yeah. And I'm a big superstar. And it worked. It's not crazy if it works.
It's not crazy if it works. Right. And so you did that yesterday at 12:49, which is right now, 12:49 segment. But I realize it's past 12:49.
That's okay. We're doing it live.
It's
live
this
right
segment. And so in order to church this up a little bit, to take it to the next level, because we feel like you need to.
Well, I don't watch the games when that's why they win.
You've not been watching.
I have not been watching these games, and I appreciate the no update.
But you do catch a little glance, and so you thought, well, I need to compensate for that by upping the ante.
Exactly. I'm going to raise my game today. So not only am I having a little dirt.
Yeah.
Okay. In milk, as was done yesterday.
Yeah. What are you pouring it into there?
This is a blender.
Okay.
It's one of those little pocket little blenders.
Oh, is that a bullet?
Yes, it is. They're not paying me to do it, so I wasn't going to. But that's okay. I appreciate
That's a fine blender.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the dirt and milk. And I'm pouring that in.
Okay.
Right there.
And I can confirm you have just poured the milk into the blender. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, you can watch this whole thing. He's got a blender set up. You'll hear it in a moment.
I'm also going to add a little mocha.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
And then, just for fun, a little extra dirt.
A little extra dirt.
An extra scoop.
Lord, that's a lot of dirt.
And this is official infield dirt from T-Mobile Park.
Yes.
Bought at the Mariners store.
Purchased yesterday. Laura got it for $55. She's going to expense that.
It was a steal.
It was the last one.
It was the last one.
And Laura had to sharp elbow some people from getting it first.
You were the first person in there. You went to like 2 or 3 different locations, and then the guy went and found it for you?
I went outside. I waited 30 minutes outside the doors. A crowd was forming. I was the first one in the door. I went straight to a manager, and he had to go upstairs in some kind of fancy elevator type situation to see if they had any left.
In the dumpervator.
Which is where they keep the very special secret dirt.
Special stuff, yeah.
Not for consumption. The Mariners told us to actually say it to you. It's not for human consumption.
Right, well, that's, yeah.
Although you are eating it.
So what I've got here is a little mocha, a little milk, a little dirt, some ice. I am making a dumpachino. I call this the dumpachino.
What?
The big dumperchino.
That actually looks pretty good, Spike.
It's going to be wonderful, but I want to make sure that I consume
Well, you get the lid off there. I'm eating pizza. I promise I'm doing my part as well. So yesterday
the bosses threw us a pizza party for a viewing party, right?
And I ate pizza before the game, and I promised that I would eat pizza before every game. You're eating dirt, I'm eating pizza.
And there was so cheers to go Mariners. Tridents up.
There we go. Spike's drinking. That actually doesn't look bad.
It's again gritty. You just can't escape the gritty.
You can at least convince yourself, because that's got mocha stuff in it. You might be able to convince yourself those are coffee grounds, but it's dirt.
It is Mariner infield dirt.
I can see it in your teeth.
Thank you.
Smile for the camera.
Yeah, that's bad.
There we go.
That's a special shade of brown.
Here's what I can tell you right now. I'll give you guys a quick update if you're not watching the game. It means you're probably not a massive Mariners fan, but they are up 2-0. 1-0 right now. They have 2 hits over the Tigers, and they're looking pretty good. So we'll see what happens. We've done our part now. Oh, you're not watching it. You can still know the updates.
Okay, fair enough. Because yesterday during the game, you texted me, "Hey, I hope you're not watching it. You know, because..." And I said, "I'm not watching the game. I'm not watching the game."
I said, keep it up.
There you go, brother.
So you don't have to drink that whole thing, do you? You're going to drink the whole thing? That's a lot. That's a lot of dirt you put in there.
It's a lot of, what did they call the chemical? Diamond dust?
Diamond dust.
Probably good for the lungs.
Diamond dust. All right, well, if you want to watch...
By the way, I haven't gone to the bathroom since yesterday's milk. I hadn't noticed that until just now.
Good.
I haven't had any bathroom breaks. Not one.
You might want to get that checked out.
This stuff works.
This stuff really works. It's amazing.
It's not just a clever chemically created name.
Coffee normally has the other effect. Dirt does the opposite, as it turns out. Okay. Well, if you guys want to watch on the commercial break, Spike's going to keep drinking that, and we're going to be right back here. We got a lot more coming up.
My Dumpachino.
His Dumpachino.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. All right, go Mariners. Tune back in for us. We'll be right back after the commercial break.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done, with precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way, with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
All teed up.
It all comes down to this.
The final game of the regular season.
One game to decide who wins the NFC West division.
And the number one seed in the NFL playoffs.
Meaning, if the Seahawks win, the road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
You can't do that unless you win the next one.
Seahawks 49ers. Tomorrow, kickoff at 5, pregame at 2.
This should be fun.
On KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start January 7th. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes while giving you a head start on 2026. Earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
For a long time, I thought retirement planning was mostly about hitting a number. Get there, and then life starts. Hi, this is Ursula Royteen. What Trajan Wealth helped me see is that the number is really only part of the story. At Trajan Wealth, their advisors are fiduciaries, which means they're obligated to put your needs first, and they start by asking how you actually want your life to feel. When Mark and I sat down with them, we talked about having more time with family, more time to travel, and how to make thoughtful choices without feeling like we had to put today on hold for tomorrow. I have goals for today and for when I retire. If you're ready to start the new year with straight talk and thoughtful guidance, call Trajan Wealth today and schedule a free meeting. Trajan, spelled Trajan. Call 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300, or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC. SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
All teed up.
It all comes down to this.
The final game of the regular season.
One game to decide who wins the NFC West division.
And the number one seed in the NFL playoffs.
Meaning, if the Seahawks win, the road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
You can't do that unless you win the next one.
Seahawks 49ers. Tomorrow, kickoff at 5. Pregame at 2.
This should be fun.
On KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Start the new year taking active liver supplements from New Nordic. Online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com, or at CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
She and Ursula, weekdays from 9 to noon on KIRO News Radio. Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Authorities say they stopped a planned New Year's Eve terror attack in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. CBS's Michael Wallace has details.
18-year-old Christian Sturdivant allegedly pleaded allegiance to ISIS and planned to attack people with knives and hammers at a grocery store and a fast food restaurant.
He was preparing for jihad, and innocent people were going to die.
U.S. Attorney Russ Ferguson says Sturdivant confided in undercover NYPD and FBI agents posing as ISIS members.
They found hammers and knives hidden under his bed. They found notes where he planned his attack and detailed his attack.
The notes suggested he would target Jews, Christians, and LGBTQ people. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Investigators in Switzerland believe it was a sparkler close to a ceiling made of wood that sparked a deadly New Year's Eve fire that killed and injured dozens of people. This man survived the fire at the Swiss resort and says through an interpreter that he saw what was described by authorities today.
A woman climbed onto another woman's shoulders with 2 bottles with birthday fireworks in, and she held them too high, close to the ceiling, and suddenly it caught fire.
President Trump and top Iranian officials have been trading threats on social media as protests continue in Iran over the state of the economy.
President Trump warned if Iran kills peaceful protesters, the United States will, quote, come to their rescue. Iran's supreme leader posted, quote, any interfering hand that touches Iran's security with flimsy pretexts before it can reach its target will face a reaction that breeds regret. The president also posted, quote, we are locked and loaded and ready to go. while the secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council said any U.S. intervention would lead to what he called chaos in the entire region and the destruction of U.S. interests. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
A lot of people are making their way home after the long holiday stretch. This man got an early start out of the Dallas-Fort Worth airport.
I usually take the early flights because I know the planes are here, right? If they travel throughout the day, they kind of get lagged behind and more susceptible to delays.
FlightAware is reporting almost 4,600 delays in the U.S. and just over 230 cancellations, which is about normal. A new study published in the journal JAMA Open Network shows measles vaccination rates are slipping in the U.S. as the disease gains ground. Research scientist Truvetta Nina Masters.
Some hesitancy to the COVID vaccines may have had spillover effects to more routine childhood vaccines, which definitely could be part of what we're seeing.
China's electric vehicle maker BYD takes the crown from Tesla as the top seller of EVs. U.S. stocks closed mixed on this first day of 2026 trading. The Dow closed up 319 points. The Nasdaq fell 6 points. Jennifer, this is CBS News.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Quote today at Progressive.com.
Coming up, a multi-county crime spree ends with a deadly shooting involving police. That's after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. We've still got a couple traffic alerts in Snohomish County. The first is both directions of State Route 9 remain closed at 172nd Street near the Safeway in Clearview. No estimated time to reopen, but I can tell you they've moved the cement truck off the main lines, off to the shoulder, so we're making progress here. And then near Silver Lake in South Everett, southbound 527 remains closed between 100th and 102nd Streets for a fatality investigation. Same story here, no estimated time to reopen. This is in front of Costco. Over in Bellevue, South 405, we're jammed up now through Factoria. You're clear after 112th. Bellevue to Renton, plan on a half hour. In South Center, we cleared that crash north 405 at the West Valley Highway. Still a little back up there at the scene. South Center to Bellevue will take you 20. South 5 through Seattle is slow from Northgate into downtown. North 5, you're going to slow at the north end of Boeing Field. By the time you pass I-90, you're already in the clear. We've got backups in both directions at the First Avenue South Bridge due to a recent closure for marine traffic. And Tacoma to Olympia, you're looking good at 35 minutes. You've got about a 2-mile backup through JBLM in your way. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. A violent crime spree across 3 counties ended this morning in Everett with a deadly officer-involved shooting. This started Thursday night in Clinton, where deputies say a man fired at officers during a domestic dispute. He escaped, then kidnapped the man in Oak Harbor at gunpoint and forced him to drive to Burlington. Later, police say that suspect shot and injured another driver, stole that car, and led officers on a chase into Snohomish County. Everett Police spokesperson Natalie Given.
Less lethal means were used to attempt to apprehend the subject, but ultimately there was a confrontation and officers fired shots.
Suspect died at that scene. No officers were hurt. Seattle's new mayor takes her oath of office. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports on the swearing-in today of Katie Wilson.
In her first address, Katie Wilson, the former activist who campaigned on building affordable housing, more shelter space for the homeless, and taxing the rich to help pay for it, said her accomplishments as mayor depend on what her constituents can build outside City Hall.
And that is why I intend to govern in a way that creates space for organizers and ordinary people to do the work of pushing our city and our society forward.
Wilson ended her 18-minute speech telling the crowd, "This is your city," expressing how proud she is to be their mayor. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
King County is set to open 3 centers to help with flood recovery. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery reports.
The program offers grants up to $1,125 for damaged homes. Applicants need to earn below 80% of the area's median income. A Salvation Army case manager will guide families to more resources. The centers are open Friday through Monday at the Auburn Library, King County Library System Administrative Office, and Carnation Library. Interpreters will be available. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Seahawks' final regular season game will decide the NFC West. A win over the 49ers gives the Hawks the #1 seed in the playoffs and a first-round bye. Kickoff is 5 o'clock tomorrow night. Catch all the action right here on KIRO News Radio. Weather now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Showers today along with light rain. Highs in the upper 40s. Right now 46 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
It's the best of the Jake and Spike Show, a special holiday edition. We're glad you're back with us, and I hope you had an amazing holiday. Please enjoy some of the highlights from this last year. That's something that struck our fancy. We hope you enjoyed it.
Let's just dive right in here. What are you laughing? What are you cackling about over there?
Well, Heather brought the report in that last story about the Kraken mascot up on a fly fishing expedition in Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
And
that crazy picture.
It's now my wallpaper. I made it my computer wallpaper. I love this picture.
So there's a bear. It doesn't really matter. It's a big bear.
It says it's a brown bear, and you're in Alaska. It's clearly not a black bear. And I love the fact that I love the audio. Well, we got to get moving. There's a bear coming in, and there's Bowie, your Kraken mascot, who looks, suspiciously like an edible creature at this point to this bear.
This is kind of exactly what a bear would eat.
This is awesome.
There's a bear chasing you.
Hey, he's back, everybody! Big bear chase!
What is he saying?
What? Big bear chase me!
And it's like
I wouldn't. There's no time to figure out. That's one of the scariest things imaginable.
You had said if it's
black, there's a rule. There's 3 different kinds of bears that they have a rule for. If it's black, fight back.
Right.
If it's brown, lay down.
Okay.
So if it's brown, it could be a brown bear, it could be a grizzly bear, whatever. You're supposed to lay down and play dead because apparently they like a challenge. And then if it's white, say goodnight.
Say goodnight. So polar bears are not negotiating.
Polar bears, they don't discriminate. They're going to happily chase you. They will happily eat you if you're just laying there and make it easy for them.
When a bear's coming at you from the edge of the river, as it is in this photo, and I wish we could share this. I think it's a KIRO News Radio photo, but it is. You don't wait. I'm not waiting to analyze what kind of. You're holding the binoculars. Hey, there's a bear. I'm looking through the glasses. I'm not sure what this is. What do you think? And you go to hand the binoculars to your fishing partner who's already 50 yards downstream.
What do you think it is? It's a bear, you moron. Like, that's what it is.
I don't mean to laugh.
Here's a question for you. Would you rather be in that situation? Looks like there was some probably professional fishermen.
Yeah, some good
Would
guides.
you rather be one of the fishermen? Or would you rather be the guy in the mascot suit?
I think what makes this even more horrifying is that you've got pinhole vision in this big foam head that you're wearing.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Right?
But you also have maybe a little extra cushioning
padding,
and protection.
Maybe.
So a bear's not going to be able to just quickly smash your face.
Swipe you. Yeah, it's like a candy shell.
You're a little insulated. Yeah.
For your soft, chewy head.
It's a fun thing for the bear to have to get around.
Play with, yeah. Oh, look, a toy.
Now, I assume they got away and assumed the bear didn't chase him because
all good news.
The news story was not that the Kraken guy got eaten.
Kraken
that would have
hiring
been a much bigger story.
Kraken hiring new mascot, right? The Silver Lining Department. Job opening at the Kraken promotion department. Anyway, I'm sorry.
He was made redundant by what many think might be a brown or black bear. Speaking of redundant jobs, Microsoft, they have this thing out. Look at this. Microsoft has done their research, and they have calculated, they gave each job a susceptibility score as it relates to artificial intelligence.
Right.
So what job is most likely to get swallowed up by an AI who could do the job better and cheaper than a human being can do it?
Yeah, exactly. And this comes on the heels of the news that Microsoft just posted insane profits in the last quarter.
What's Microsoft AI? They have
profits.
a new, what's theirs called? It's oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue because we use it here from time to time.
Okay.
I use a bunch of different AIs.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They've invested heavily in AI.
Laura, can you look that
Microsoft
up?
has.
What's Microsoft AI called?
I think it's called Copilot.
Copilot.
Oh, that's one we have here. Okay, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Copilot.
They got crazy profits. They've laid off 15 or they've let go 15,000 employees.
They just don't need them anymore
so far this year because they're doing AI.
Because they got AI, which is cheaper for the companies.
Of all the jobs they list here that are susceptible to AI, elimination, I don't see Microsoft employee, which ought to be seems like the top job.
They don't want to highlight,
right?
They don't want to highlight that. So they broke this down. These are the top 20 most susceptible jobs to AI automation. And then we also have a list of the jobs they actually find the most protected from AI automation, which is also interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just do the top 10 here. The number 10, broadcast announcers and radio DJs. number 10. Now, that's actually technically not us.
No. That's coming up next.
Those are people saying, like, hey,
greatest hits of the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Exactly.
This is.
And I guess broadcast announcers would be like people setting up news stories.
That's an interesting thing.
Right? What do they mean by broadcast announcers? No, I'm sweating.
That's a great question.
Just remember
I'd like to know
AI.
more.
I want AI who's listening right now because they're listening to everything.
Yeah.
I always say please and thank you when I'm asking you to do things on my personal home device, when I'm talking to it in the kitchen.
You are a cordial interactor.
And I'm hoping, number one, I'm trying to show my kids that you should always use good manners.
Sure.
But two, I'm hoping when they eventually take over humanity that they'll go, wait a minute, hold up on him. He said he was very polite.
He was always never swore at us once.
You know who's not going to be saved?
Who?
My wife. She's not mean to it, but she definitely doesn't go out of her way to be kind to it.
Okay.
All right, so number 10 is broadcast announcers and radio DJs. Number 9, ticket agents and travel clerks. There's some jobs on this list, I'll be honest, as I'm reading this. I'm reading this with you guys for the first time because I want my reaction to be authentic. Ticket agents and travel clerks. There's some jobs that I'm kind of happy to see them go away. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I have not always had the easiest time, like with number 8, telephone operators. Or actually, no. Okay, I'm not going to put telephone operators in that. I will say people who answer the phone when I'm trying to get to somebody at the hospital.
Sure.
Or my insurance is insurance companies on here. I feel like that should be
Is that the right word?
No, it's like a phone person who is basically just
the switchboard.
A person who's designed to be there to keep me from getting answers that I actually want.
A gatekeeper.
A gatekeeper.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So whoever that job is. I don't see gatekeeper technically on here, but I'm
that's
just
kind
of
of a
lumping
street
it in.
term for all those people.
Here it is, number 6, customer service representatives.
There you go.
Isn't that a gatekeeper? Isn't that job just purely to keep you from getting information that you need?
I think a gatekeeper is more, in my understanding of my opinion of it, is a screener, somebody who, like you said, keeps me from getting where I want to go. The people who put up walls between you and the people you're trying to reach.
Like when I'm having in the past or something, if you have an issue with your insurance coverage and somebody's not getting you the coverage that you think you're entitled to,
right?
And you want to speak to somebody, you say, "Let me speak to your boss," and they go, "Well, we can take. Here's an email. You can send it to. This is the process." Whoever that person is, AI, take them out.
Yeah. Automation, baby.
Automation. Let's see here. Number 5, writers and authors. I disagree with this one. I don't think this is going to be totally automated by AI. They say that there's currently in the U.S. in 2024, there were 24,000, there's a lot more than this, but they say 49,450 writers and authors. I assume when they say 49,000, what they mean is people who actually have made money doing it.
Sure.
They can rely on income coming in as a result. There's many people who like hobby with it, but they never make a dollar.
Or there's writers who are hoping to get published and make any money, let alone a living on that. But I think U.S. working writers and authors are people who do reviews, write articles, provide content,
books, things like that.
Yeah.
I would. Again, AI is not doing anything new. AI is interpreting what's already been done, and so again. A writer and an author, nothing is, free from influence from other things.
Sure.
If you're a writer, you might be heavily influenced by, you might be a huge fan of whoever your favorite author is. And you're probably going to draw some inspiration from that.
Yeah.
And then somebody goes, hey, this really looks like kind of a...
It's the genre of a Tom Clancy.
Exactly. Yeah. Or like a David Baldacci or whatever.
I think mediocre writers and authors is a fair target for this list.
I don't think that's what they're talking about. I think they're saying people who others would read. So mediocre probably don't have an audience.
Okay.
So I think they're talking about people who have an audience.
Fair
Like these jobs are going to be replaced.
Yeah.
But can AI replace a writer or an author? I know you can put a prompt in and say, write me a story about 5 friends on a crazy weekend in the woods or whatever. And AI will come up with something.
Yeah.
But it's not drawn from a real person's experience or what it's drawing from is it will go out and it will look at, like Wikipedia, it will go out and look at every other story about friends in the woods that's ever been written, and it will just give you a little bit of each one, and it will like bake it into its own
that's AI,
thing. And so is that going to be so effective that we just say we don't need writers anymore? I hope not.
I think there's an element of what is written that the AI will be eliminating. I think that's fair to say. I mean,
I'm sure it will.
It'll write a good email for you. Ask AI to write the proper email to tell your boss that you're going to be blah 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 blah. AI does that for you.
The problem with this is like for kids, AI I think is a horrible thing for kids because they're just relying on it in such a. If it's used as a tool, great. But kids don't know when to not use something as a tool and instead are using it like a crutch. Like if they don't gain the skills to learn how to write and to learn where to put a comma or whatever.
Or just critical thinking, how to tell a story, how to express your own point of view.
Yes.
Yeah,
then it
I'm with
feels
you, buddy.
really dangerous to me that you would just bake this into like all curriculums.
We're becoming just, lemmings.
Everybody uses it now. Sales representatives of services. That's a big one. They say there's 1,142,000 of those workers in the U.S., and those jobs are going to be very quickly replaced by AI.
These are the people you were talking about when you call up and I've got a problem. Who do I reach out to? The sales reps.
Rep?
Is that a sales rep of services? Does that mean somebody who's marketing various services, cold calling? Hey, I want to talk to you about your car insurance. Can I talk to you about your blah, blah, blah?
Maybe.
Oh, wow. That's going to be all AI?
Maybe.
Not human interaction?
Passenger attendants. What does that mean? What's a passenger attendant? Is that like somebody who's riding along with you on a plane? What's a passenger attendant?
I don't know.
There's not going to be an AI stewardess who's getting me.
Is that a robot rolling down the aisle with a drink cart? Because I wouldn't mind that. That'd be fine.
They already do have a drink cart.
Yeah, they got one.
There's a possibility that they don't need a flight attendant to walk down the aisle and give you a.
It's funny. Passenger attendant is one of the most searched definitions on the web today.
Is it? Because nobody knows what it is.
People read this story.
What is it?
Provide services to ensure the safety and comfort of passengers, primarily in forms of transportation like buses, trains, and ships.
Okay, so it's exactly what we thought.
Yeah.
How is AI going to replace a human attendant?
Assisting with boarding, with seating, answering questions, providing information about routes and schedules. The human you used to interact with now is an AI.
How is an AI going to hand me a ginger ale? I don't get it.
It's going to tell you where your seat is. It's going to tell you where your next.
But a flight attendant doesn't do that now.
That's true.
I do that. I say, it's a 35C or whatever stupid number it is. I can find that. They're also not helping me go to the bathroom. They're not doing a ton, to be honest.
The point of contact with passengers, assuring their needs and addressing their needs and ensuring a smooth journey.
That's funny. That's one of the most looked up terms because there's not even that many of those workers. There's only 20,000 of those in the United States in 2024. Number two, this one I actually think could have some real negative implications. Historians. AI is going to replace historians. The reason I think this could be really dangerous, I was listening to this story the other day. There was a guy who was trying to find. I was listening to this podcast. It's like this Christian apologist podcast where he's talking about just like historical Bible things.
Okay.
And he was trying to find a specific verse about something, and he knew it was somewhere, and he needed to find it. So he asked AI. He said, "AI, can you find me this? Can you find me this author's description of whatever?" And he's looking for this verse. And so the AI returned what he asked for and gave it to him, and it was semi-close. It was kind of close. It was if somebody didn't know what the verse was itself in the Bible, then you would just believe it. You go, oh, okay, well then this is
this guy's an expert. I trust this. Yeah,
this is AI. Yeah, I must have pulled this out of the King James, whatever.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, AI didn't get it right and had missed something about it, and so the interpretation of it was an interpretation of it. So if somebody's taking that as if it's Bible, if it's gospel,
yeah, I hear you.
They're going to then send that to somebody else, and that's going to send. And before you know it, the original is completely lost.
Yeah.
Because it's all these AI changes, these slight little changes. So historians, I feel like you do need people who are willing to be doggedly getting to the truth of what something is in history.
Yeah.
And so if you're just getting rid of all those historians.
I talked to you about.
Now I don't talk to many historians every day, so it's not like
we have a good friend who's a historian. And I fear for the future of the past. Is that an ironic thing to say?
That is ironic.
I mean, right? But you've nailed it. We had my son-in-law and my daughter over for dinner a couple weeks ago, and he is a man who's just changed careers. He pivoted.
Yeah.
Didn't like he was doing very well in his chosen field of records, hospital records. He was at records management, in a hospital medical system. Didn't like it and changed careers and went back to school. Got himself a degree in coding. Got his first job, moved up the food chain, got a better job in coding.
Sure.
And we said to him at the dinner table, we're not trying to, say, hey, look, how does AI affect your future of your career? Now that you've married my daughter, and I've rented out her room, how does it look for AI and how's coding come for your job? And he said, I think I shared with you, He said, look, and most people think that coding is going to replace humans and fact check humans. What we're finding is that, to your point, AI takes just what's come in and assesses, amalgamates an answer, and we have to fact check AI.
Sure.
Because we find that it's making these mistakes. Like you said, the wrong biblical quote, the wrong reference. And we as a human who can do the due diligence and not rely on what's been inputted to us from multiple sources, we find ourselves being necessary to fact check the AI's
Isn't that funny? Now there's careers fact checking AI. All right, the number one most susceptible job to AI is interpreters and translators. This one actually makes a ton of sense to me. So like AI will just translate something. I don't need a person to do that anymore. I haven't needed that for a long time. You have apps on your phone. You can literally just talk to it, and it will spit it out in the language you want it to come out in.
And it's not garbled computer speak anymore. It's become so good, AI translations.
I can take my phone and point the screen at a blurb of text, and it will translate it from whatever language I don't read, English in this case, and it will turn it into something, pictures, which is what I need.
My sister just got back from a trip with her kid to Japan. Lifelong dream.
Sure.
The kid wanted to go to Japan. The kid's going off to college in the fall. They went to Japan. My sister said she didn't have a single instance of translation issues.
Because she probably used Babelfish or something.
Exactly. Used her phone, whether it was speaking to a merchant or a restaurant or a Airbnb host or reading a street sign to find, the map to which train to get onto to go out to the gardens.
Yeah.
Didn't have a single slip up, single mistake using computer generated AI translation.
Unbelievable.
What a world.
We live in the future now. All right, and then very quickly, before we have to take a quick break here, the jobs that are least susceptible to AI.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Rail track maintenance, roofers.
Yeah.
These are all physical jobs.
Exactly.
Massage therapists. That makes sense. Phlebotomists. Like somebody who deals with phlegm.
No, I know this.
No, it's somebody who draws. It was a joke. Somebody who draws fluids like blood and stuff.
Okay, it is.
Like somebody who steps in and
hands-on medical care.
Which is nice. I don't want an AI coming in with a needle.
No.
Like just a machine staring at me with a needle.
I remember that scene from Star Wars. It still gives me nightmares.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
Seriously.
It's a nightmare.
I love that when the story, because the KIRO Newsroom had this story yesterday about what jobs were safe. And one of the jobs listed was tire repair. And I thought, wow. How many little kids dream? I hate not to be poo-pooing.
To repair tires.
Yeah, to repair tires. I mean, isn't that a job you move through?
Here's what is interesting. There has been, for the last many decades, and we'll get to break here in just a second, last many decades, there has been a push to, all right, make sure you get your higher education degree.
Right.
Invest $150,000 in a college degree.
Boom.
And this is going to be the key to your future, and you can't survive without it. You're not less of a person if you don't have it. And then there's this whole other part of society that was like, hey, you know what? And they've been saying this for a long time. Computers aren't going to be able to replace the guy who's going to frame your wall and actually do the hard work of building the home that you live in, or fix your HVAC, or clean your whatever. All these jobs that people
run the electricity into your home, build your homes, all those things
that are now in such massive high demand. I have friends who are plumbers, and it's like they are throwing away business. They can't even get to the business that they have coming at them.
Hey, Local 32 is always looking for recruits.
And you're making great money.
Yep.
And you're not going to get replaced by a computer.
You get paid. Kids go to college for 4 years, rack up a couple $100,000 in student debt.
Yeah.
Interns what's the word? Apprentices for the Union of the Trades.
Yeah.
You get paid. You get paid a killer wage to be trained to apprentice.
Killer. So that will be interesting. All right. Text us right now. 888-973-5476. Texas Hydro. We're going to be live in the pits with Andrew Tate. He's the defending unlimited hydro champ from 2024, and he's in Seattle for Seafair. He's going to talk to us from the pits. It's going to be a lot of fun coming up next. Stick around.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales event going on right now through January 25th. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder.
Out at the Wilcox family farm, our hens roam freely on fresh green pasture. But that means predators like coyotes and eagles are always nearby. That's where our team of Great Pyrenees help out. These gentle giants were born to protect, and they become a part of our family. Raised alongside the chickens from puppyhood. Our hens are raised humanely, our practices are organic, and our promise is simple. Fresh eggs straight from our farm to your table. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Get inspired at the Puyallup Home Remodeling and Outdoor Living Show, where everyone gets in free on Friday. Meet top remodelers, explore outdoor living trends, and see Cisco Morris live. Happening January 2nd through the 4th at the Mattress Firm Showplex in Puyallup.
John Curley here. You know that moment when your house feels colder than it should? You turn up the thermostat and nothing? For over a decade, I've trusted the team at Home Comfort Alliance. They show up when they say they will, and they get straight to work, and they do it right. They've been keeping homes comfortable for over 40 winters. Remember, for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, including standby generators, call the Comfort People, Home Comfort Alliance, or visit homecomfortalliance.com.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. Day and Night gives you a free furnace or water heater with installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace or water heater from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net.
Join Northwest Hope and Healing for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration benefiting local breast and gynecologic cancer patients. Get your tickets now for January 31st. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. President Trump today threatens possible military action against Iran. This as protesters there break out over the country's worsening economic conditions. CBS's Natalie Brand has more.
The president has not been shy about making threats or even taking action. If you think back to last June's targeted strikes on key nuclear facilities. Just a few days ago, back on Monday, President Trump issued another warning for Iran, saying that there would be major consequences if Iran were to rebuild its nuclear program.
At least 7 people have been killed in Iran during those recent protests. 2026 begins with a 95% tax on tobacco products in our states. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin reports.
The law states any product that contains nicotine, whether it comes from tobacco or is made synthetically, will now fall under the tobacco products tax, as well as the current vapor products tax. This includes cigars, pipes, and chewing tobacco, along with e-cigarettes. And as of January 1st, that list also includes synthetic nicotine pouches, disposable vapor products, and vapor liquids that contain nicotine. Cigarettes, though, not included.
A lifeline to the mountains opens even earlier than planned. The western portion of Highway 2 to Stevens Pass reopened yesterday. Skykomish Mayor Henry Sladek.
This really changes things. It opens it wide up, and I think we'll be slammed. In a good way. That's not a technical term either. But.
Highway was shut down after flooding and landslides caused extensive damage. A pilot car is still guiding traffic on the east side of Highway 2. Prepare for some backups on westbound I-90 near Cle Elum starting this Tuesday. This is when crews will close one lane as they finish rebuilding the Bullfrog Road overpass. That bridge was damaged in October when a semi-truck hit it. One westbound lane will stay open, but expect delays. The project is scheduled to wrap up by the end of January. That takes us to 2:32. We check the real-time traffic desk now with Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron, got a couple traffic alerts this afternoon in Snohomish County. Ongoing, both directions of State Route 9 remain closed at 172nd Street. That's near the Clearview Safeway. Crews are in the cleanup stage, and it looks like this could reopen real soon. Over towards Silver Lake and South Everett, southbound 527 remains closed between 100th and 102nd Streets for a fatality investigation. This is right in front of Costco. No estimated time for this to reopen. As you head into Seattle, South 5, you're crowded at 85th in the downtown. Plan on 20 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. North 5 is stop and go from Albro Place in the downtown. South 405, we're looking at building volumes from South Bellevue into Renton. Bellevue to Renton's at 20 minutes. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway is going to take you a half hour. Tacoma to Olympia has gone up to 45 minutes. Got about a 2-mile backup there through JBLM, and now a brief backup in Lacey at Pacific Avenue, where a collision is partially blocking that right lane. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Cloudy skies today, some light rain at times. We'll see highs in the mid-40s. Expect rain at times also through the weekends. Right now, 47 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're very excited. We've been talking a lot about Seafair, lots of fun events happening there. Blue Angels are going to be performing just a bit, which is a big part of why I love Seafair. And the other part I love about Seafair is, of course, the Hydros. We're super excited to welcome Andrew Tate to the show, who is a part of a legendary Seafair tradition and also a
Hydro family, race family.
Going back to your great-grandpa. Is that right, Andrew?
Yeah, 4th generation boat racer on my father's side, and then my mom also raced boats. That's how she met my dad. So it's definitely a family affair for sure.
So your ballet dreams never had a shot, did they?
What was that? I'm sorry.
I said your ballet dreams never had a shot. How am I to compete with the Blue Angels? Of course. Never mind. It was a terrible joke. I'm not going back for it.
Yeah, please don't.
Welcome to the show, buddy.
Andrew, were you the Rookie of the Year in 2016? Is that right?
2016 was my first year with the Unlimiteds. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. I think the Blue Angels are getting started.
Never apologize for freedom.
Yeah, don't apologize for the Blue Angels.
That's great.
Yeah, definitely having a good time down here at Seafair. But yeah, I've been driving the Unlimited Hydros for almost on and off for 10 years now. Actually started when I was 11. A little new now on outboard hydroplanes. So.
Andrew, this is the best technical difficulty we will ever have.
Yeah, this is
so
great.
Don't feel bad about the Blue Angels, buddy. We appreciate some of your time.
He probably can't hear us. Andrew, how did you get into boat racing originally? I mean, I know your family's in it, but where does somebody who aspires to be a hydro driver start out?
So I was kind of bred to do this. I was born into it. I didn't have much of a choice, but. If you look throughout the Pacific Northwest here, I'm from Detroit, so we kind of do our own thing back home. But we have these things called racer schools that are actually put on by local clubs And you could go there for like a Friday maybe, and you'll do some classroom time and learn the fundamentals of driving a race boat, how to do it, the do's and the don'ts. And, if you think you're going to like it, you can stick around Saturday and the club will provide a boat for you to race and get your feet wet and see if it's something you might want to do. So the boat racing family is definitely an extended family of mine, and I think everyone here welcomes new blood and some new energy. And so if you're looking to get into it and you're living in the Seattle area, there's definitely someone around that will be able to help you, some of your local clubs.
How does Seafair compare to some of the other venues where you're racing around the country, around the world, actually?
Yeah, I've done a lot of boat racing here the last couple of years, but Seafair is, for everyone involved in the hydroplane community, it's a very big deal. There's the history and the heritage here of the event, and just the historic hotbed that Seattle is for our sport is super exciting for me, coming from Detroit, to be here. Historically, it was Detroit versus Seattle. So for me to come out here and kind of see the passion and the love for the hydros and the sport is really, really cool.
It's also to win out here, right? You won
twice.
Your first race was out here in Seattle, 2016.
Yeah, 2016 I think was a bit of a surprise for pretty much everyone, including myself. Rookies aren't supposed to be out here. Yeah, the planes are pretty awesome down here.
Can you?
And the first of a few more. So, and then I think 2018 or 2019, I got my second one. So we're looking to do a third one down here.
Poor guy. Do me a favor, Andrew. Move your microphone just a tiny bit closer to your mouth as you're talking, and I think we might have a little better luck. There you go. It's the one in your. It's the one in your right hand. That's all you got to do.
Oh, Andrew, I so much appreciate all the effort, brother.
He's a good sport. He's a good sport.
Hey, your dad was a champion as well. Was he a piston guy or was he a hydro guy?
So my father's rookie year was 1990, and he actually did both. He started the first half of the year with a Merlin piston-powered boat, and after the East Coast swing at the beginning of the season, they converted everything over to go to turbine. So he was a turbine guy ever after that. But
right on.
Very, very briefly, he got to drive one of the Merlins, which is cool.
Can you tell us just a little bit? I know we're short on time here, but just a little taste of what the intensity is like when you get inside that cockpit. I mean, it's funny, we're listening to Blue Angels in the background. You guys are strapped to jet engines but on the water.
Yeah, you are.
So what is that like, and what was that experience like when you first got in there? Was it hard to get used to? What kind of, I just wanted all that stuff. What kind of speeds are you guys traveling at?
So top speeds on the race course here in Seattle are probably right around 185 mile an hour at the end of the straightaway.
Wow.
But we'll average a lap. We ran this morning, our fastest lap was an average of 158. You go a little bit slower than 185 through the corners, but as you go straight down the straightaways, the fastest part of the race course, obviously, you get going pretty fast. But as far as being in the boat, I drove a lot of boats growing up. I've had a lot of different experiences, but there's nothing quite like these. It was one of those things where you get in and you start the engine and you go out there and kind of, you have doubts in your mind, right? Like, is this something I can do? Am I going to just make a total joke of myself? But, kind of coming up, doing it since I was 11, you just go back and more instincts, right? Your brain knows what to do, and you just go out there and kind of react, make the thing go as fast as you can.
Well, we wish you all the best. I don't want to take any more of your time. I know you guys got a packed schedule today. And if somebody wants to come down and watch, they can root for, is it the number 91? Is that right?
Yeah, so I'm driving the U91 Miss Goodman Real Estate, owned by BWR Racing. It's white and gold. I think it's a pretty boat. But we'd love to have you guys come down and support the event as a whole. Whether it's me you're rooting for or you don't like the guy from Detroit, that's fine. There's plenty of guys around here from Seattle. So come down, pick your favorite color, and watch us go in circles real fast.
Thanks for keeping such an important part of Seattle's history and tradition and legacy alive, man. Have a great run this weekend, buddy. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, best of luck. Be safe.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate you having me.
All right, appreciate it.
Thanks for bringing us to the pits, man.
It's fun.
Oh.
What a good dude.
That might be the most Seattle thing we've ever got to do, man.
Hydro driver, champion, world champion, Blue Angels just going crazy in the background.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's a ton of fun. Yeah, I'm actually heading over there right after the show.
Can we play some reruns or something? I want to get out of here.
Watch.
I want to go down the pit, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Fun stuff.
That's awesome.
What a good dude. That's cool that he's got the race family.
Yeah.
His grandpa, you said his great grandpa was in it. His mom was also a driver.
His mom and dad met racing. And they're both racers.
Cool. Yeah.
I guarantee you that kid was brought up at a kitchen table with an engine sitting on it.
Yeah.
And then people just working on parts everywhere in the house.
That's fantastic. All right. Thank you again to Andrew Tate. Appreciate that. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Be right back.
When extreme weather hits Western Washington,
a flash flood warning after a critical levee breaks along.
KIRO Newsradio is the first place you turn.
We have team coverage this morning.
Live in Auburn, James Lynch, KIRO Newsradio.
Which communities are hit hardest?
Skagit River again going to flood to major levels.
What it means for your commute.
Northbound 167 underwater.
MyNorthwest.com and KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. And the KIRO Newsradio app.
All right, here's a quick confession. The reason Nick, my wife, is going to Longevity Medical Clinic is because why?
I got sick of watching you sleep at night when I was awake.
Wait a minute. Here's what would happen. I'd be asleep because I've got my hormones balanced thanks to Longevity Medical Clinic. I'm asleep, and then Nick would go, "Are you asleep? Are you sleeping? That's not fair. I can't sleep." I'm like, "So you're going to wake me up?"
Yes, because I didn't want you to have more energy than I would the next day, and I was up all night.
So what did I say to you? I said, so go to the Longevity Medical Clinic. Do the same thing I did. Get your hormones balanced. You'll sleep better, right?
And I did.
Right. You don't have to wake me up anymore and go, it's not fair that you're sleeping.
I know.
But didn't you see that it wasn't fair that you were waking me up?
Yes, because now you're the one taking the dogs out because I'm still asleep in the morning.
So we're both getting good night's sleep. We're both getting lots of energy, and we're happy.
You want me to tell you why? Because my hormones are now balanced.
Okay, I don't want to hear about your hormones right now. So be like Nick and get a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical,
there's no beating CM Heating.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
I started Davis Law Group in 1994 to fight for the underdog. And as our team has grown, we've stayed true to that mission. Today, Davis Law Group is known for providing excellent service and even better results. Visit WashingtonAccidentBooks.com to get your free book on car accident law.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Do you notice sounds coming from your crawl space or attic, or possibly stale or foul odors in your home? This could be that rodents have gotten into your attic and crawl and have made it their home. They tear up the insulation to make nests to have babies. They contaminate it with their biological waste, which can be harmful to your health. And they ruin your home's energy blanket, costing you thousands of dollars a year. If you even think you may have a problem, call Insulation Northwest today, and we will come to your home as soon as tomorrow and perform a free, no-obligation inspection to determine what the problem is. This inspection normally costs $199, but it's yours free just for calling today. If we discover any problem with rodents in your home, we can get them out and keep them out and restore your home's protective insulation blanket back to brand new condition. Let Insulation Northwest give peace and comfort back to you and your family and save you thousands of dollars in energy savings. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
All teed up.
It all comes down to this.
The final game of the regular season.
One game to decide who wins the NFC West division.
And the number one seed in the NFL playoffs.
Meaning, if the Seahawks win, the road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
You can't do that unless you win the next one.
Seahawks 49ers. Tomorrow, kickoff at 5, pregame at 2.
This should be fun.
On KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
It's Subaru season, and now is the time to upgrade. During the Share the Love event, Subaru will donate $350 to charity for every new vehicle purchased. Visit SubaruofPuyallup.com.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth.
Having some certainty about your plan is definitely going to give you all the advantages.
Chris has the heart of an educator.
If you really want to do this correctly, then you get to enjoy every day of retirement like it's a Saturday. And if you don't, it's a Monday for the rest of your life.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth, Saturdays at 8 a.m., right here on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Welcome back to the show. If you just missed our interview live from Pit Row with the defending Hydro Unlimited champion, Andrew Tate. Good interview. Blue Angels were a little rude to keep interrupting us, but we made the best of it. Lots of fun. All right, I saw this story. I thought this was crazy. Listen to this. A Secret Service agent tried to get his wife onto one of the presidential trips. President Trump just made a trip to Scotland.
It's to Scotland, yeah.
Heading over there, doing some stuff, and also checking out some of his own. I believe he just opened a golf course over there.
He played his course. He opened a new course. But to be fair, he also brokered a trade deal. With the EU.
Good trade deal with the EU.
Trade deal.
We can debate about that.
That's not the gist of this story.
Pretty good trade deal, actually.
Oh,
but they're doing an investigation now because one of the Secret Service agents tried to get his wife to come along on the trip. The Telegraph reports that the agent flew his wife from Dallas to Maryland, where she received a full briefing from top agency officials and was granted access to Joint Base Andrews Visitor Lounge, except somebody figured out what was going on, and they had to talk to this guy, and they were like, listen, you can't bring your wife on this trip. So she never made it onto the Air Force One flight.
No, somebody figured out before she was able to board. Yeah.
So there's there's a couple of planes. When you see Air Force One, that's not just the only plane that accompanies the president. There's actually another.
They call it the zoo plane.
Yes.
Because that's where the rest of the peripherals, most of the press.
Which has members of the press, which has support staff for the president. There's also a plane that carries all those awesome vehicles that we see presidents drive around with on foreign soil.
Yes.
Like the Beast and stuff. Those all have to be flown in military aircraft.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that goes into flying a So you might think to yourself, hey, you know what? One little extra tiny seat for my wife, I could sneak her on one of these many flights.
Right. And she hasn't harassed the staff like Ferguson's buddy did.
Yeah, or alleged to have done.
Alleged to have done, okay.
And so maybe she gets over to Scotland, and so that would be fun. But they had to talk to the guy. They haven't identified who the agent is yet, although I imagine everybody inside the Secret Service knows. We just, as the public, don't know yet. But let's see. A spokesperson told Fox 5 DC, they said prior to the overseas departure, the employee was advised by supervisors that such action was prohibited, and the spouse was subsequently prevented from taking the flight. The spokesperson also said that it had no impact to our overseas protective operations, which is good.
Well, yeah, of course. And that seems like that's a no-brainer that it had no impact on their ability to do their job protecting the president and the staff. That's, of course.
It is it could have been dangerous. Somebody bringing a spouse on.
Yeah.
I imagine to some extent they would have had to been vetted by.
Yeah, I would hope anybody.
By Secret Service.
Yeah,
I mean, the guy goes to bed with her. She must be vetted. But it's a who knows who you're bringing on.
I bet the real pushback was from everybody else. Dude, we tell our wives they can't come on these things.
These are supposed to be fun trips, dude. What are you doing?
These are weekends away. What are you doing?
He goes, have you met my wife?
If your wife comes in next time, my wife gets
Louise, you're going to ruin it for all of us, dude.
What made you think you could slide your wife aboard an international flight with the president and the entourage that travels?
Trump was reportedly asked about this, and let's see. Trump reportedly asked, he said, when he was asked about this by the New York Post, he said, wouldn't you think it might be a little dangerous? And then the agency director, Sean Curran, said, we'll take care of it. Because he had...
Trump said, I told Melania we don't bring wives on these things.
Yeah, we don't...
I don't want this guy blowing it for the rest of us.
What was the line from Goodfellas? Like, Friday night are for the wives and Saturday is for the girlfriend?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't think that's the case here. But I am surprised.
No, I'm not implying that.
I'm just surprised.
Side plane.
I'm just surprised that that's funny, a side plane. I'm surprised that a Secret Service agent...
Gomar Air.
Yeah. That a Secret Service agent would think... They know the protocol. They know how difficult it is. They know all the stuff that goes into it. And I guess they just assumed because they're part of the apparatus that they could, more likely than anyone else, get somebody on board.
Well, it's funny. Right, the first thing you mentioned was there's an empty seat. Why let it go to waste? And I know that was Ferguson's rationale for the move he made that we reported on earlier in the week. There was an empty seat. Why let it go to waste?
Next segment.
Right?
If you've not heard about Ferguson Air, if you've not heard about this story, it's worth your time. So you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be my Friday favorite story. I'll just give you a clue ahead of time. But all the details are very shocking, actually. When you line them all up and you talk about them and you listen to them, it's crazy details. But yes, I don't know why this guy thought he was going to get away with it. It makes no sense to me.
I mean,
and he didn't get away with it.
He did not get. Thank goodness he did. That's what the great news here is that it didn't happen.
Great news. Great news.
And the rest of the crew had a fun guys' weekend.
Yeah, they had a fun man's weekend playing golf
on
in Scotland.
Yes, I know. You're bringing your wife.
Bring your wife on a golf trip? Are you nuts? Don't do that.
Turn in your gun and badge.
Yeah.
And your putter,
get out of
buddy.
Here. Your career's over. You son of a.
Go play a municipal course.
It all comes down to this.
The final game of the regular season.
One game to decide who wins the NFC West division.
And the #1 seed in the NFL playoffs.
Meaning, if the Seahawks win, the road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
You can't do that unless you win the next one.
Seahawks 49ers. Tomorrow, kickoff at 5. Pregame at 2.
This should be fun.
On KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Febreze. It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So, I saw that you visited the baby chicks.
I got to hold 7 of them. They were so cute.
Do you know why Wilcox chickens are so happy?
Because they get to play outside?
Yes.
Happy chickens are healthy chickens.
From our farm to your table, Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh
since 1909.
All teed up.
It all comes down to this.
The final game of the regular season.
One game to decide who wins the NFC West division.
And the number 1 seed in the NFL playoffs.
Meaning, if the Seahawks win, the road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
You can't do that unless you win the next one.
Seahawks 49ers. Tomorrow, kickoff at 5. Pregame at 2.
This should be fun.
On KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
When extreme weather hits Western Washington,
a flash flood warning after a critical levee breaks along.
KIRO News Radio is the first place you turn.
We have team coverage this morning.
Live in Auburn, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Which communities are hit hardest?
Skagit River again going to flood to major levels.
What it means for your commute.
Northbound 167 underwater.
MyNorthwest.com and KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. And the KIRO News Radio app.
I started Davis Law Group in 1994 to fight for the underdog. And as our team has grown, we've stayed true to that mission. Today, Davis Law Group is known for providing excellent service and even better results. Visit WashingtonAccidentBooks.com to get your free book on car accident law.
Start the new year taking active liver supplements from New Nordic. Online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com or at CVS.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Feds say they've thwarted a potential terror attack in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. CBS's Scott McFarlane with more on the suspect, 18-year-old Christian Sturtevant.
He first got on the radar of federal authorities when he was a 14-year-old based on some of his social media posts. He went quiet from social media after he was not charged as a 14-year-old. Then at some point in early December, a federal investigator or a local police investigator in New York spotted some TikTok messages attributed to Sturtevant, which caused alarm and seemed to declare some obedience to or loyalty to ISIS.
Feds say the attack was supposed to take place on New Year's Eve. Sturtevant is charged with attempting to provide material support to a foreign terrorist organization and faces a potential maximum sentence of 20 years in prison if convicted. Investigators say the deadly fire that tore through a Swiss ski resort on New Year's Eve was caused by sparklers on champagne bottles, which ignited the bar's ceiling. At least 40 people have died and dozens badly injured. CBS's Ramy Inocencio at the scene.
We were told that actually there is only one entrance and one exit. The Forensics Institute was also going to look into a possible penal case against the owners here for possible negligence.
Investigators, as Mexico's president, that is, delivered her first speech of the new year.
A ver, con tranquilidad. ¿Dónde está?
A 6.5 magnitude earthquake rattles central and southern Mexico, killing at least 2 people, including a 60-year-old in Mexico City who fell while he evacuated his apartment. Many tourists in Acapulco waited outside of their hotels. A major software blunder at the California Department of Motor Vehicles has left over 300,000 legal immigrants in the state of limbo. KCBS's Matt Bigler explains.
Now serving. Thousands of legal immigrants may have to visit the DMV all over again. The state agency admits a coding error caused real IDs to be issued with incorrect expiration dates for non-citizen residents. DMV Director Stephen Gordon says they've been trying to upgrade the agency's ancient computers.
We have aging systems that were developed and engineered probably in the 60s.
The DMV is ordering these 375,000 people to return their licenses for a corrected version. Matt Bigler for CBS News, Hayward, California.
Sounds of the tropics at an ice hockey game sure is when the NHL's Winter Classic is held in Miami at Lone Depot Park, which has a retractable roof. A sold-out crowd is expected to watch the Panthers host the New York Rangers.
Who thinks that you'd have hockey outside in Florida, you know?
Yeah, it's super crazy. It's awesome.
The puck drops at 8 p.m. Eastern when temperature is expected to be around 60 degrees. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Coming up, Seattle's new mayor takes her oath of office. That's one story we get to after Nate Connors at the Real-Time Traffic Desk.
All right, Aaron. Northwest Hope and Healing has the update. We're all clear on State Route 9 in Clearview near 172nd after about a 3-hour or so closure. Out in Silver Lake, though, South Everett, we are still closed southbound 527 between 100th and 102nd Streets for a fatality investigation. No estimation when we're going to reopen this section. This is in front of Costco. Heading into Seattle, South 5, you're crowded from Ravenna Boulevard in the downtown. It's just 20 minutes max from Linwood to Seattle. North 5 does jam up at the West Seattle Bridge in the downtown. Both, 405 is crowded from South Bellevue into Renton on southbound, but you're at freeway speed, so Bellevue to Renton's at 20 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way is less than 25 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia at 45 minutes. You got a couple mile backup through JBLM, and then this brief backup in Lacey near Pacific Avenue where we're still seeing a collision partially blocking the right lane. Join Northwest Hope and Healing for Cork, Fork, and support. An afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration. Get your tickets now for January 31st at northwesthopeandhealing.org. KIRO News Radio, Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Gordillo. A violent crime spree that spanned 3 counties ends with a fatal officer-involved shooting in Everett. This all started in Clinton last night when police say a man shot at officers during a domestic dispute and then escaped. KIRO 7 TV's Jack Bilyeu says the guy then forced another person at gunpoint to drive him to Burlington, where the suspect found his next victim.
It's when they say the passenger in that car, who's the same individual we've been talking about all along, apparently shot the driver of that car, hopped over into the driver's seat, and took off. He was chased all the way from Burlington to here, and that's where this gunfire actually ended up happening.
Suspect died at the scene in Everett. No officers were hurt. Newly elected Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson was sworn in today at City Hall, surrounded by friends, family, and fellow activists.
We would not have an 8-hour day or a minimum wage or Social Security without workers organizing and fighting for those things.
Wilson, a self-proclaimed social democrat, campaigned on building affordable housing, more shelter space for the homeless, and taxing the rich to help pay for it. 2 new policy proposals are going to lawmakers in Olympia. Brian Haywood with Let's Go Washington is filing those initiatives today with the Secretary of State's office. One would prevent biological boys from playing girls' sports.
We're turning in over 430,000 signatures of parents who feel this way. I know that number is much bigger in the entire state.
Haywood also collected signatures for an updated Parents' Bill of Rights. If legislators do not act this session, those measures could end up on your ballots. A first-round bye is on the line tomorrow night. The Seahawks look to clinch the number 1 seed in the NFC. They will need to beat the 49ers. Their division rival is riding a 6-game winning streak. Coach Mike McDonald.
And it's really impressive. It really is. They've lost some really great players, and speaks to the depth of their roster, similar to some of the things that have happened to us when guys have had to step in.
Kickoff at 5 o'clock tomorrow night here on KIRO News Radio. Weather now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Cloudy today, light rain at times. More rain at times through the weekend as well. Temperatures, though, creeping up into the low 50s tomorrow and Sunday. Right now, 48 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, North